Hi there, my full name is Ronald Allen Larson. My friends call me Ron. I'm 51 years old and I live in the Seattle area of Washington State. I work in the aerospace industry and my job title is pyrometric technician. And I enjoy it when people ask me what I do because I ask them, I'm a pyrometric technician, what do I do? Most times what I hear is, okay, well, either you blow things up or you make fireworks. And I have to tell them, well, no, actually neither one. What I do is I'm a pyrometric technician. Pyro is for heat, metric is for measure, and I measure temperature. I work in the aerospace industry and we heat treat parts for aerospace, commercial aircraft, and military aircraft. And essentially it's a very important job because not only do the lives of the public depend on it, but the lives of our military fighter pilots and the defense of the country. Some of the challenges that come with my job is that there are multiple equipment that I work on, and what I do is I work to aerospace specifications and the manufacturer specifications, and there's a lot of tight tolerances that require a lot of tuning. So it involves the fact that I need to know a lot about the different equipment that I work on, and I'm able to deal with it in a fashion that... Okay, I take my job really, really seriously, and when I'm at work, it's all business. I really, really, really devote my time and all my focus on my job at hand. However, I can also have a lot of fun while I'm at work, and a lot of the time when I have fun, it's at other people's expense, in a nice way. Let me give you a little bit of an example. Where I worked at before, my current job, okay, it was for a major manufacturer of commercial airplanes, the largest in the United States. And I worked second shift, and we were allowed to have radios. Everybody in the shop, basically had the radios on, and we all agreed on which radio station we would listen to. The majority of the people liked rock and roll, and we all decided that we would listen to one particular radio station. However, we had one guy who didn't like our choice, and he wanted to buck the trend, as you would say. This guy, he made pretty good money, and what he decided to do was he went out and he bought the biggest, most expensive, loudest boom box that he could find, and he brought it in. And he was going to make it so that everybody in the shop, since he was unhappy, they should be unhappy. So, I'm not even sure how he got this thing in the shop. Essentially, it was about the size, half the size of a smart car. Okay, so the thing is with this guy, bringing his boom box and stuff like that, all of a sudden now he wants to listen to his music, and we've already established we're going to listen to our music. And now we've got volume wars going on. Since he had the biggest, loudest boom box, he's going to win. So basically all of us guys are kind of looking at each other like, really, what's up with this guy? So after a few days of this, I kind of came up with a plan. Since I had just recently graduated with a degree in electronics, I developed an evil little plot. And I told the guys, tell you what, I got a plan. I think I can put this to an end. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you, if I do, will you guys buy me a case of beer? Everybody agreed. Probably didn't think I was going to be able to do anything about it. But I had a plan. I went to Radio Shack and I bought all the little parts and components I needed, and I went home that weekend and I put together a little FM transmitter. Soldered it all up, tested it. So, when it came time to develop and implement my plan, I gathered everybody together. This guy, he was enjoying himself. When he goes into work and turns up his radio, knows he's annoying us, he was sitting there and he's doing his work, shaking his butt, having all kinds of fun. Well, we were going to put some end to that fun. I got all the guys together and had them standing there, and what I did, as soon as I would turn on my little FM transmitter, it was tuned to his station. Dead air. He's in there working, shaking his butt, just having a good old time. all of a sudden his radio goes off. He turns around and looks at it, goes over to see what's up. I turn it back on. He would go back to work, shaking his butt, having his fun. I would turn it off again. He would go over. Before he could touch it, I would turn it on. Went through that for a little while. The guys that are watching this, they're all like, "Are you kidding me?" Okay, so me personally, I'm kind of a sharing kind of guy. And, actually I'm kind of busy and, I have work to do and everything. So what I did is I allowed my coworkers to also have a little bit of fun with this guy. So they would, if they were not too busy, they would go and basically turn on the little device. He'd be in there working, doing his thing, shaking his butt, and his radio would go off. They'd have it so that he would turn his antenna one way, it would work, push it the other way, it wouldn't work. He'd let go back to work, and we did this for about 3 days. Finally, this guy decided that he's smart. What he was going to do is he was going to open this thing up and try to figure out what was wrong with it. Well, when I noticed that, I walked down and I talked to him and asked him what was he doing. When he told me, I says, "Hey, you just voided your warranty. You can't even take that thing back." So, the end of the story is kind of he basically took it away. So now that this guy took his radio out of there and everybody knows that we basically won, we owned him, I had to say, "Hey guys, what about that case of beer?" You know what? They were so happy with the results of that, they bought me 2 cases of beer. Winner. Okay, so the reason that I'm making this video is because it was brought to my attention that there was a potential project coming up where the team of miners would be sent to Australia to look for gold. I was asked if it was something I'd be interested in, and my answer to that is yes, absolutely yes. I've been mining gold for 30 years. Here's a couple of nuggets that I found. I have a mining claim about 20 miles as the bird flies from this position, and I would love to go. So, essentially, if you have somebody in mind to send, I want to be that guy.